Hi guys, MC here for Friday Beer Storming. I'll just wait a little while I wait for people to come in, so to speak, as is the custom with Facebook Live videos. Now today we are going to run through the results of the most recent poll and announce the winner of the prize. Now the winner of the prize today will get a masterclass ticket for the coming year, and there's going to be 3 marketing masterclasses that Paradox is running in 2017. So today I've gone the red wine again, rather than, I think it's a Shiraz, rather than the beer. I think there'll be enough beer in the coming summer holidays. Today being the last day of the office being open. We're running a skeleton staff over Paradox in case you're wondering. Sounds a scary concept, I know. So anyone who's subscribing to our services like blog article service, social media updates, the wheels, the cogs will still keep cranking of your marketing machine, even though I'll be on leave with my family for a couple of weeks. Okay, so without any further ado, let me just give you some background as to why we decided to do a poll on what is your use of events, which types of events are you using in your firm's marketing. Events are magic. Events do something that you just can't do online. And if you look at our marketing machine model, where it starts with strategy, then there's presence, publish, attract, convert, automate, nurture. Then the next step is invite. And if you don't have a content marketing machine, an educational marketing machine for your accounting or business advisory firm, A, you need it. And B, if you don't have that feeding into events, you won't be really capitalizing on all of that great effort in building your online presence and your authority with an audience. Because what events do, whether we're talking in-person events or live online events, but particularly in-person events, they create an energy. They lift your prospects, let's say, or even your existing clients, if you're wanting to do more services with them than what you currently are. It lifts them from being interested and even potentially highly engaged to being excited, to being at a point where they want to take action. And that's difficult to achieve if they're just reading your blog posts and just looking at your content online. When they come to an event where you or your colleagues and or let's say some of your joint venture partners are presenting a workshop, a seminar that shifts their thinking and creates that cognitive dissonance in their mind where their newfound beliefs and attitudes that they've learned by listening and learning to and from you, if those new beliefs are different to what they see when they look at their current situation, they'll experience cognitive dissonance and they'll want to do something about it. Unless you get your clients outside of their comfort zone in whichever area you're wanting to lead them in, they won't be interested in spending $1 on any advisory services because you'll be selling a service that solves a problem that they don't know that they even have. So events, sure, they're educational, but there's always an energy and a vibe in a room that you can't have online, which is why we do our marketing masterclasses. Anyone who comes along to those, and we've got members who've never missed a masterclass, apart from when they've been out of the country, like Steph at Growthwise, there's a magic and an energy. So I'm going to run through the types of events that those who took the poll are currently using in their marketing for their accounting and advisory firm. Now, not surprisingly, the #1 most popular type of event was seminars and workshops. So seminars and workshops that are free events. 43.8% of respondents are using those, and they're valid and useful. If you are doing utterly free events, you might want to try putting a price on them and just test different approaches. If free events are working and you're getting good numbers and you're getting a good show up rate from those who register and say, yes, I'm coming, to those who actually come, well, then that's fine. But if you have an issue with show up rate and people just not turning up, just try charging a small amount for it, $47 or something like that for the event. And then if someone's parted with $47, they're highly likely to turn up unless there's a really good reason for it. One approach that I saw a firm in Adelaide do is they had an approach where the events were priced around about that. They were $47, but they were free if you brought a friend who was not a client of the firm. So that's kind of pretty forward to do that, to say, hey, you know, bring a friend and you can both come for free. That worked for them. You know, they routinely would get 50 odd people into one of their educational events. Now, close second behind that was with 37.5% of the votes or responses was seminars and workshops where you charge a fee to attend. So often you just need to be clear on your business model. Are your events there as a profit center and a core part of your business model? Are your events in there to help you sell additional services, or are they a support service to your existing clients to educate, engage and retain them? Because each of those options is valid. There's no right or wrong there. You just need to decide, how are we going to use events in our marketing? Webinars, free to attend. Likewise, 37.5% voted that. So I suppose that's equal second. It's displayed as third on my screen, but equal second, free webinars. If you're not doing webinars, give them a go. You're crazy if you don't. You know, we've done events where we've sold, you know, almost $200,000 worth of services off the back end of a 1 hour webinar. The return on event on effort is just mind-blowing. But it's a process. You learn how to present live, you learn how to turn your webcam on, you learn how to create presentations and slides that are actually interesting. I once saw one of our competitors, I won't mention his name, when he first started doing webinars. Prior, he used to just do tele-seminars, so just over the telephone, just audio. For the first hour, there was like 2 slides. Why bother even doing a webinar if you don't have a visual element? And make sure these days, whether you're using Zoom, which we use, or go to any of the platforms that allow you to turn your webcam on, because it builds trust. People can see the whites of your eyes and they get to know you, that know, like, and trust factor. Interestingly, the next most popular vote was live video streaming. So 18.8% of you are already doing that, doing Facebook Lives. 6.3% of you are doing that in Google Hangouts. That's pretty cool. I say it's cool. It's a pretty clunky platform though. They've taken a long time to get to a point where, for example, if you use Google Hangouts on air, Google Hangouts on air is it's kind of like their broadcast level of Google Hangouts, whereas Google Hangouts normally is just small group meetings. They used to have it where you had to have a Google account just to log in and attend. Anyone who didn't have a Gmail address or a YouTube account didn't even know what a Google account was, and it created all sorts of issues with people logging in, which was pretty rubbish user experience. They've changed that recently. Some of the video platform tools based on Google Hangouts, like Webinar Jam Studio, you know, underneath their user interface is Google Hangouts, and it's quite laggy. It's not as live as you'd want it to be, but it can serve its purposes. One of the things you can do with Google Hangouts on air is do a live broadcast in a video player that's behind a login wall. So in a membership site or a client-only area, you can actually broadcast yourself live to only people who have a username and password using Google Hangouts on air, which has a very good price, free. So that could be worth testing. Then we've got, let's see, 12.5% of you are actually charging people to attend webinars. Brilliant. We don't do one-off webinars where we charge, but we have our members-only webinars that are part of our Implementer platform, which is brand new. Check it out, practiceparadox.com.au/implementor. So each month we do a webinar for members of that. So in effect, that's not a free webinar, but we don't sort of charge $197 to attend the webinar. That could be worth testing. I know people who do that and it can work. Now, another one that got the same amount of votes, 18.8%, as live video streaming, Facebook Live, is other. None. Not doing any events. And silly us, we did not include that option in the poll, which is why we always include other. So those of you who voted not doing events, you need to start doing them. And I know there are fears around them. By the way, any of your concerns, fears, obstacles around doing events, whether you're watching this live now or whether you're watching the video later, do a comment under the video and let us know what's stopping you doing events. Or if you are doing events but not very regularly, what's stopping you from doing events more often? Because they are really so powerful for you as an advisor. Okay, I think I'm back. Hilariously, a call just came in. Here's the Facebook Live on your smartphone. As an advisor, you are selling courses of action that people buy. That's what you're selling. Courses of action that people buy. If they don't buy them, well, you're just giving them away. Not a very good advisor. Maybe a very good friend, but not a very good advisor. So if you're selling courses of action that people buy, there's two things that they need to be convinced of. A, that they need to take action. So that's that cognitive dissonance thing earlier. And B, the value, which is basically the benefits divided by the price, also affected by their ability to pay and their timing. And events allow you to get them to that point where they want to buy the course of action that you're selling. So that's it for today. Oh, no, it's not. Who's the winner of today's poll prize? Valued at, actually this year, the Masterclass tickets were $997. They're going up next year. We had a lot of people. Matt Sharwood, you're one of them, who was at Masterclass and said, you are charging way too little for what people get at these events. So the value of this ticket that someone's about to win is $1,197 for next year. So I'm just going to the cool little app we've got where I do draw winners and I click make the draw, and the winner is Paul Sweeney. Paul, you are the proud owner of a Masterclass ticket, essentially a voucher coupon to attend Masterclass, one of the 3 that we're running next year, for free. So you can buy me a beer for that, because based on where you're at with your momentum and your marketing, you're probably going to come anyway. Okay, so guys, that's it. Enjoy your break if you're taking one. If you are part of the about 78% of people who on the break are still going to do some working on their business time, enjoy the slow thinking time. It's a great opportunity to get some clarity and to reflect on the year ahead, clearly the year ahead and the year behind, and work out where do you want to be this time next year, because if you can get clarity on that, it's achievable. It's utterly achievable. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, depending on your religious background, and have a great new year. And hey, woohoo, Paul, yeah. Just saw your comment, Paul, very cool. And I'll see you on the other side, known as 2017. Bye for now. Happy beer storming.